Hey guys, Enraged here with another big guns video. Once again, why do I like big guns? I like big guns because they shoot big bullets which make big holes in big airplanes. Today, plane of the day is Me410, also known as Messerschmitt 410, also known as Me420, for whatever reason. Either way, I picked this plane, I got it spaded. I don't even know how I got it spaded because I don't have much experience flying it to begin with. I always like fighters versus bombers because, you know, they're a little bit faster, they shoot fast. You can always dodge the fighters and get into those cool dogfights with fighters. But tonight, my wingman and I, we decided to fly some 410, so I was like, you know what the hell, why not give it a shot? Of course, I picked the nastiest one of them all. Alright, so let's take a look at what we're dealing with here. Obviously, this person right here, there's a code name for it, I'm not gonna say it, because I might get just banned from the forums or something, so we don't want that. But as you can see, it's super efficient versus B-29s. It's also super efficient versus B-17s or any type of a B, any kind you can think of. This plane is more than capable of taking them out. Now, this is Me420 B6 R3. Alright. The armaments on it are 220s and 230s, more than enough firepower to take out anything you look at. You can take out any bomber or any type of a plane in War Thunder with this heavy fighter. Alright, historically people say that these fighters were so bad that they actually required escorts. Okay, I personally don't care about the historical accuracy, I never have. All I care about is balance, and this plane brings balance to War Thunder in my opinion. Let's put all the hatred for bombers aside. I'm putting all my personal feelings towards them aside as well. This is not what I'm going for. What I'd like to do is I'd like to show you what this plane is capable of. As you can see, its armaments are absolutely amazing. They can poke holes into any type of a plane and burn them down. It's simply amazing. Alright, look at its nose. Everything is located in its nose, so your conversions doesn't really matter. Okay, I do have mine set at 600. Now, let's take a look at its maneuverability. I just discovered that last night. I was never, like I said, I was never a big fan of it. So I was like, you know, let's take it for a spin. Let's see what we can do. Now, first things first. When the game starts, not on every map, but on most maps, you get an air start. Okay, a map like Norway, perfect, right? So you start together with the rest of the fighters, which brings a lot more balance to the game. On a map like Battle of Bastogne or Battle of Bulge, you get an air start as well, which is really cool, right? Because you spawn at the same altitude as the bombers do, so what do? Look at where I am. Look at the map. You see where I am? I'm right where they spawn in. Right now, I am in game. I was using my third-person view from the gunner position to see if there are any bombers spawning behind me and if anybody's crawling up my butt as far as fighters. So I did look at the player cards, not the player cards, the player stats, and I saw a couple of people who flew bombers that respawned. So I'm already on the lookout. I want to find these guys. So what I'm doing is you know, my goal is to bounce between 2,500 and 3,500 and be able to spot these bombers, because sometimes when you look from the top and this map is mostly black and white, sometimes you just miss that dot, and there were times when I would find a bomber who would be like directly next to me. So that's the easy part. Now the hard part is the fighter escorts, okay? Now these guys are not necessarily the escorts because, well, they're no bombers. But I want you to pay attention to how maneuverable this plane is and what it's capable of. And once again, I'm not an ace at flying it, but you know, I can hold my own in any plane. So with this particular one, I would love to be able to see the guy in my 6. I heard the engine. I don't see him. I can hear him. I know he's there. I know he wants to kill me, and that's about all I know. Occasionally, I would hit V and I would switch over to my gunner, but I never fire the gunner myself. This is AI shoot. I believe I have for this particular crew slot, I think the gunners are maxed out, but I'm not getting any hits. So first pony went down, I got jumped by 2 of them. Now here's the second one. So look at what this plane is capable of. I got hit, right? Right now, I have absolutely no damage on my tail. Maybe a little bit, but it's to the point where I don't feel it. It doesn't bother me at all. So I'm able to dance with this guy, right? So while I have the speed and I have the altitude, I'm capable of performing maneuvers. Now, when you drop that altitude, the plane is still pretty maneuverable. All right, it stalls very nicely. It doesn't. So this is a friendly right here, and you are able to turn fight up to some extent, rolling turn, mostly rolling, of course, but you will never be in a position where you're just completely helpless. You can always do things. And now don't forget, the main thing is it's tail gunners, right? So whether you use them or not with the mouse aim, it's your choice. But these tail gunners, they intimidate the enemy. The pony pilots, they get scared. They get terrified by these tail gunners. Because remember, every little bit of damage to a fighter plane, you can feel it. With this thing, I just got rammed. I got holes in my wing. If you looked at the little damage icon that I had on the bottom left, right? My plane, like the right side of my plane was completely destroyed, including its tail, even though it's not really visible. But it's flying, it's rolling. So once again, the plane is awesome. The armaments are great. They're amazing for taking out bombers. When it comes down to fighters, if you have a decent wingman and you can work well together, you guys will tear them the hell up. I promise you, you could. Okay, the entire Me410 line is designed for killing bombers. That's what it's there for. So look at your choices. Look at there's four planes to choose from right here. There's the B6R3. There's another one with a 50 mil, right? There's another one with a 50 mil. And if you want to up the stakes a little bit, you can be like my buddy E-Coke and fly this, right? The 262 with the big nose gun. Yep, you can fly that. And believe me when I tell you, if you can land shots, this would be the way to go. If you're like me and you often find yourself in situations where you got to spray and pray, this line would work miracles for you. So pick your favorite Me410, take it for a spin, and do not judge the plane until you fully upgrade it. Yes, you may not like it while you're still climbing and gaining altitude, but once you're at altitude and you have a couple of competent pilots together with you, you guys will tear them up. So with that being said, big guns, use them. Me410, use it. It's an amazing plane. I'll see you in the next one.